You might ask quickly, what do I actually do in the 4-hour work week? Well, in my Amazon business, Amazon Arbitrage, I talk about it. So quite simply, I do 1 hour moving money. I do 1 hour with my team, like a whole team management. And then I kind of do 2 hours, which is like development. So like generally with my purchasing manager, because he manages the rest of the team. But in those 2 hours, I'm working on things which are like set projects to improve, like repricing, automations, things which aren't day to day and they have a defined end time. And that's pretty much it. I do 2 hours operational and 2 hours development. Let's go inside and carry on talking. Bye. Well, I would say the 4-hour work week is about living the life that you want to live and being able to do it for less. It's about structuring your business, structuring your life so that you can enjoy those benefits without having to worry around spending huge amounts of money. And I'll show you some videos around. The other thing I want to show you also as well is there is a Vietnamese roller coaster here. And also there's a beautiful waterfall there. So let's go have a look at that. Let's go see a little bit of that. This isn't just about talking about the 4-hour work week. It's about living the 4-hour work week. So, my God, let's go live it. Lady, it's definitely Celine Dion. That's Celine Dion back there. And you are my man. That's where we're going, or that's where we are. It's some kind of roller coaster ride. They kind of do everything on a bit of a budget, so let's just find out. 120 centimeters is the height you need to be. Yeah, I'm definitely over that, I'm not gonna lie. Lots of people. No corona here, no corona here. Let's go queue now. So how do you get 2 people in there? Look at that. Not in me? Free, yeah. Free, so like look. Yes, yes, free. 2 people, 1 car. No one per, but I vote 2. Go qua.
Go qua, okay.
Đi một
mình. Okay, đi một mình. Okay, 1 person.
Yeah, so apparently I'm tall, so I can go 1 person, 1 car. There were a good 200-meter drop from there that we had a seatbelt whereby you could literally just undo it like in a car, and there was no protection and I could very happily just touch the sides. Hey, this is Vietnam! Normal, man, not a problem. Right, let's go look at a waterfall. So now I read the 4-hour work week, interestingly enough, when I came to Thailand. I've read like 20 books in my life. I'm awful. And if you want to know, right now I'm reading Tim Ferris' Tools of the Titan, which is the next one. I would really recommend reading the book. If you've not read it, read it and then action it and make yourself the 4-hour work week. If there's one final thing which I'll add, there's another book I read, it's called Built to Sell. They say you should build your business with the idea that you are going to sell it. Because when you are working in your business, i.e. you are required to be in your business, that means your business is only as good as you. If you start taking the principles of 4-hour work week, if you start taking the idea to say, I need to get out of this business, I need to stop doing day to day, then your business starts to have value because it operates without you. And that's what you want. You don't want to be quitting a job to move into making your own business and to work on it for 10 years and then that business to be worth nothing. You want it to have value and you want it to sell. Now you might think arbitrage, that's quite a hard one, but what if you were to arbitrage a product and it worked really well, and then you were to talk about getting brand, work with distributors, and you work with the brand and you got exclusive with the brand. Now all of a sudden you have a trading company. That trading company has history and it has contract that has value. Don't just think about just constantly doing that cycle of OA. Think about where next. That's where you are adding value to your business. So look, there's a big question in my life right now whereby I'm running this 4-hour work week and I still want to grow my Amazon business. In Hanoi I was quite comfortable and I thought about continuing that, but we grew to 35K and now I want to grow it much bigger. But I want to do it intelligently. I don't want to do it whereby I'm working on the business, having to do lots of the work. I want to be very strategic about it. And I think that's really important, and trying to improve my business, but from doing it from a perspective that I'm definitely working on it, improving the processes, getting more efficient, and then that is going to drive my business forward. Challenges for me in this year, trying to hit 7 figures, doing it still on the same amount of hours that I'm currently doing. So one question you might be asking is like, why should you even care about the 4-hour work week? Well, aside from the fact that you can travel, that's cool, but also as well, you can meet people because you've got that time available, because you've got that flexibility. So when I was in Chiang Mai, and this is northern Thailand, I met some really interesting digital nomads whereby they were doing arbitrage, but on cryptocurrency through exchanges. They wrote a bot which basically went through like 7 different crypto exchanges and basically figured out the optimal route to buy Bitcoin and then sell it for Ethereum, then buy Bitcoin and sell it for Ethereum, just go through that. And they would do it in like a millisecond across the whole lot. They wrote it in, I think Rust was the programming language they told me. But they said on average they were making $700 a day, and that was it. They were just optimizing that algorithm, and that was all they were doing. They were arbitraging across cryptocurrency exchanges. I was like, that's incredible. So out in Vietnam, I actually met a seller, or 2 sellers actually, who were doing, I think it was about 2.5 million US in America on Amazon wholesale. And I built them a Excel sheet which allowed them to do all their purchase orders and manage their inventory. I understood about their business. I learned how they did wholesale and what they were doing, and also as well how they structured their purchasing and how they went out. That has made me reevaluate how I look at wholesale. So possibly an opportunity for the future, seeing it from a big volume seller. But yeah, I got an email from Google and they basically said to me, here's where you've traveled in June. And it basically said Hanoi, Saigon, and Phu Quoc, that's where I'd been. And it said this year I've already traveled enough miles that I've been halfway around the world. And I was like, that's a lot of mileage. And when I look back on my life, and hey, I've only been traveling now for what, 3 years? I've done like Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, so much of Vietnam, Taiwan, multiple times. I've done Bali. I've been back to the UK twice, and I've had a real chance to travel. And you know what? I haven't really spent very much. My earnings aren't high. I don't earn huge amounts of money, but I've really managed to live quite a nice life. I've managed to see so much, and I appreciate now that I'm young. I'm 34. Most people would say that you're old and you need to have kids, but I don't. I think I'm young. And the idea is so that I can enjoy that life, and I've made it. I'm really pleased that I made that decision to take my business online. And you know what? At times it was challenging. Times my Amazon business, I was struggling. You know, there are months where I made big losses because we made massive mistakes in what we purchased and we had to clear it. And I was just like, what are we doing? Like, I should just go back and get a job. Challenging myself during those hard times has been a real eye-opener, and that has allowed me to travel. Now, in that traveling, I've grown so much. I've discovered who I wanted to be, who I've wanted to become, and what I care and what I don't care about. I think the question comes is when we just fill ourselves with mindless busyness, we get distracted in life. And you come to a different country, when you go somewhere alone, where you do something alone, you have a lot of time to reflect, and you have a lot of time to get things wrong and experiment. And I got a lot wrong, but I learned. So let's wrap this up. This isn't about me and my 4-hour work week. This is quite simply about you. Everything I do is trying to make you think, maybe teach you something, share something with you, give you something to think about. So today I want to leave you with 2 questions. Number 1, are you happy with where you are right now? And then number 2, if not, what would you change? It's your life.